Hello, how's it going, everyone? How's it going? Hello, Lord Pop Tart, how's it going? It is a Sunday. We are at Sunday. I mean, I'd say finally, but I'm like, oh no, we're at Sunday. Beginning of a new nightmare, a new week. What was it called? We still got some weekend left, so we gotta make the most of the weekend that we do got. Nothing too much happened since yesterday because what's it called? I streamed for way longer than I would have, I guess, thought. But I am doing pretty solid. I'm going to, what's it called? Move on over to the game. Because, what's it called? We have quite a bit. Yeah, I don't have. Yesterday I popped into Tears of the Kingdom just kind of like to check up where I was. At first I was like, oh yeah, I think that what's it called? That's somewhere nearby. Or like, oh, like I wonder exactly how much, like where I left off at. Because the last time I played it, it was maybe like the middle of last year. Usually I wind up playing it as like a nice in-between game. Where I'm like, look, like I'm not sure what to play next, but while I wait for it, like I'm going to definitely just drop into something I can like dump a lot of hours into. But it was a lot of fun. I really liked playing more Tears of the Kingdom. It is very overwhelming, but I guess that's what makes it pretty fun to play. Just having a lot more options. The rebels here? Fine then. I'll teach you what happens to rats like you. Oh. My camera. Ah. There we go. I froze for a moment. If physical energy can be turned into thermal energy, how hard would I have to punch a chicken to cook it? That's one of those things where like you have to really look into like how much like probably how much pressure, how much heat can be created from just like impact or pressure. Like it'd be easier with something like the power, like any kind of power, like Hamon, but or Nen, one of those anime abilities where you can channel your energy into something. But since that isn't entirely a possibility, might have to just go with
You've made the right call.
hoping that you're able to impact it strong enough.
I'm on my way.
The time is at hand.
I also know it's one of those matters where it's like, what would you say to the idea of, what's it called?
You face me.
Or what would you say is like the best way to, like, how long would it take to cook a fried egg on asphalt during a hot day?
The path is set. 'Tis ours now.
What would you have me do? What is it?
We march. Your villainy ends here. Well fought.
Okay, now I can actually use
I will
this. The swing. It is heavy swing. Around here. But yeah, part of me wants to think about different studies on other...
Onward.
I guess probably I'd have to start with other meats as well.
I won't lose.
Because cooking chicken can be a bit more intensive. Because you have to really cook through the middle. But with something like maybe like fish or like beef, you can easily sear it.
Come then.
So I guess in order to be able to solve like how much pressure it takes to cook a chicken with your punches, you might want to start small and go for like exactly how many punches or how much energy would need to be put into a punch to like sear a steak or to make tataki. So you're from the Liberation Army. Well, color me surprised. Oh, thanks for chasing out those damn Zenoirans out of here. Oh, damn. Oh, wait. I can talk to Travis now. Wait. Why wouldn't I just stay on the horse? Wait, where is Travis? Let's see, report. Oh, oops. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. It's like, oh, you finally, what's it called? You love Travis enough that you're at like level 3. But what's it called? You can't just get there just that easily. And even the first Scarlet one doesn't want to unlock. Or Rosalinde. Not Ithilion. Not Rylanor. Not Celeste. These are parts of the map that I still haven't, like, unveiled. Like, making me tear my hair out. Or the slime hair. Alright, Mordon, what do we gotta do? Sad sight. Must have been one hell of a bridge back in its day. But now it's just a pile of damn rubble. How about 30 pieces of Serenite? No. You do not have 30 pieces of Cedronite. Okay. Is this a pathway to anything? This looks like it just takes you to one house. Oh hey, a shard. One of the Shikon jewel shards. Pardon me, but would you permit me to go here? My deepest thanks. The souls of the departed should rest easily now. Oh. Bomb rats. Boom rats. Bumrate. This place is huge. Bumrate is here. Bumrate here is the largest town in all of Drakenhold, save for the capital itself. They're especially proud of the Colosseum too. Not that they're holding bouts there anymore. Well, now that we're here, I should be off to meet Prince Gilbert at once. Ooh, maybe I can look around the markets then. Try not to get any trouble then. There we go, I gotta get all this together. Gather what I can. I guess these are all different fortresses. Different blocked spaces. Prince Gilbert's been expecting you. Right this way.
Thank you both for coming. I take it you are Prince Elaine, commander of the Liberation Army and rightful heir to Cornea's throne. Indeed I am. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, my king. I am no king. Merely Gilbert for now. My coronation must wait until Castle Soldraga is ours once more.
Prince Gilbert, then. I've word that you request our aid?
Just so. Ever since my father's demise in the tragic campaign against Zenoira, I have devoted myself to but one cause. To gather what survivors clung to life and fight onward for the past, present, and future of Drakenhold. Yet the battle which saw us win back Baumrate claimed many of our finest men, and morale has suffered accordingly.
Hence you seek reinforcements.
Correct. It wounds my pride to admit it, but I would suffer any injury before I see my people suffer worse.
We march to vanquish Galerius and free all nations of Fevrith alike, including Drakenhold. We will join you.
Alright.
You've quite the grand vision for yourself, seeking to unify the entire continent. And yet that vision is the beacon which draws soldiers to your ranks and fuels your army's unceasing advance.
'Tis but a dream for now, one that will remain as such unless we can recapture your palace.
Sorry to interrupt this little war council. I've got word from one of our scouts.
Well,
What is it?
Zenoira approaches the Colosseum, and they bring a battalion of some size with them.
How large exactly?
Bit over 4 times our head count, if memory serves me right.
That's absurd. What shall we do, Prince Gilbert?
Unfortunate as it may be, we lack the time necessary for any sort of elaborate preparation. We'll have to make do with what personnel we have. The catapults around our Colosseum walls will prove vital as well. And scant as our defenses are, it seems I have no choice but to sortie myself. We halt their advance together.
Phew, that's most of it cleared out.
alright. Hi. Scarlet, hey.
Liza? What are you doing here? Oh, just making a bit of pocket change is all. Please don't tell the others. I wouldn't dream of it. Assuming this shop of yours is legitimate, that is. What kind of merchant do you
Hey, don't
take me
narc on
for?
your friend.
Just trinkets and stuff I've picked up in the ruins. But if Magellan or the gang knew about this, I'd never hear the end of it. Ugh, I don't even want to think about that. Don't worry. I'm good at keeping secrets. Mind if I take a look? Be my guest. Though I don't have much worth buying. This one here is gorgeous. Oh, that old thing? I'll let you have it on the cheap if you want. End of day sale. Really? It'll just run you 5 mil, that's all. That's a bit beyond my budget. I'm only teasing. Cute girl comes walking into my stall and I just can't help myself. I was actually looking to offload the whole set. Go on and take them, free of charge.
Oh, wow.
Whew.
It's like, Scarlet, I don't want to alarm you, but look behind you. And you will see something very beautiful.
What is it? Behind you.
Yo!
She's huge.
Oh,
Hello.
You two ever hear of manners? Though, I'll take that over the usual. Most people split the second they see me coming.
can I help you with something?
I want to buy everything.
Sure can. See, I'm new in town, looking for the Colosseum. But everyone I ask goes all wide-eyed and runs off. There is a Colosseum here.
I mean, yeah,
and-
but we don't, like, use it.
and
Not
improve.
not them treating like you're picking a fight. Be like, is the Coliseum open? I want to open them specifically to fight you, the person I'm asking.
I hear the prince is always out for spare steel, though. Why not try there if you're looking for work?
I'm not looking. Prince might not be a bad idea, though. I'll see what I can squeeze out of him.
Oh, you can squeeze just about anything out of me, Amalia. Sorry.
Thanks.
That's foul.
What a woman.
Let's see, where are we at level wise? Everyone's at like 20. Yeah, this is going to be relentless.
Onward, men. We surround what remains of Drakenhold's meager forces, and finish them here and now. We'll crush these rats in their own nest, and the rebels who've joined them too.
Oh. It was a big cutscene.
Prince Gilbert, there you are.
Ah, Leia. I was merely reminiscing for a moment. It feels scarcely appropriate to say, given the situation we find ourselves in. But I find it difficult to believe we prepare to fight arm in arm with the Cornian royal family.
I understand the emotion, Your Highness. After all, our kingdoms were locked in fierce rivalry for what seemed like centuries.
When Cornia fell to Galerius, my father hailed it as a precursor to our long-awaited ascendance. And the only reason he granted Virginia asylum was so that he could marry her off to my brother Ludwig. All part of some grand scheme to annex Cornia after he'd thwarted Zenoira. But we both know how the war effort went. My father lost his life in the battle, and Ludwig remains missing even now. Ascendance indeed.
Your Highness,
What, is that it? Things were just getting good.
Behind me. Identify yourself this instant.
Name's Amalia. You wanna try me, girl? 'Cause I've been itching for a fight all day long. Too easy.
Can you stand, Leia?
Is she using a door as a shield?
I'm not finished yet.
Amalia, was it? State your purpose here.
Easy. I'm not gonna eat you. I heard there's a coliseum here. Fancy old place where all the
Oh, something that trivial, but these are like the king's barracks.
Was hoping you'd open it back up again.
It's like, hey, I'm here to talk to the CEO of this town. Yeah, you're gonna have to open up that Coliseum. I'm bored and I need something to do.
I can do that. Under one condition.
It's like, yes, you can have your pickleball, like, stage back. If you help me fight in the
A
effort.
legion of Zenoiran soldiers descends on this city as we speak. Should you join the battle to defend it, and should we emerge with our lives, I would be more than glad to reopen the Coliseum.
Deal. Just know, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Allow me to share what intel our scouts have gathered. Zenoira's primary force marches from Castle Sildraga to the northeast. Meanwhile, a battalion of heavy infantry advances to Fort Pritzlace, the northwest. Additionally, stragglers from the desert, huh? They don't give up easy. I'll handle that. Hand him that. Not only that, but we further company to the west in the form of the Salamander Knights. Our enemy has amassed quite an army indeed, yet we are not wholly defenseless ourselves. As I mentioned earlier, our catapults should prove effective in repelling the onslaught. Of course, they are rather difficult to aim, but a few weapons can break enemy ranks as effectively as well-hurled boulders. We've also placed barricades along the path, though I dare they not expect they hold them back any for long. All the same, they should slow their advance, at least in a moment or two. And the remaining barricades are yours to position. Deploy them wherever you please. Now, to be frank, a resounding victory will be nigh impossible this day. Yet we can still deal a heavy blow to their morale, all the while marking the start of our grand counteroffensive. Let us strike arm in arm, my fellow prince.
Your call.
So big swords over there. I can get a mage. Let's see.
We think ahead.
So Gilbert can take you guys on. Gilbert can kind of take you guys on. Gilbert would do a good job with these guys.
On it. Let me hit something.
Oh, those are just emergency ones.
Your will shall be done. I suggest we think ahead.
I should probably put Yana on this
Adjust
cannon
for
at
my
least.
message. Ready. It'll be done.
Like, who's people that we don't really need to, like, deploy too far out?
Allow me. Your will shall be done.
So probably... Let's get Virginia onto one of
You've made
these.
the right call. I won't disappoint. Is that all?
Your will shall be done.
And then let's deploy Elaine over here.
The day will be ours. The time is at hand.
I know Elaine can race most of these folks, so I think you'll probably be in as...
Your will shall be done. By your word.
This is the place.
We march. The path is set.
What's next? I've grown stronger.
On it.
suggest we think ahead.
Actually getting Celeste over
Your
here.
call.
Maybe Fran?
To the skies! At your service. Nowhere is too far. At once.
We march.
I'm here.
What shall I do?
Simply say the word. Watch what royalty can do.
On it. Gotcha.
At your service. Sir,
Your will shall be done. Proceeding apace. Let us plan our
Time's
next
at
move.
hand.
standing by. Is anyone surprised? The victory years in the
Anton, sir, we're suffering heavy casualties. Stubborn fools. So be it. Continue the advance and cut these rebels down where they stand. It would seem we put a marked dent in their armor. Onward for Dragonhold. Come on, Lane, don't let him steal all the glory,
I stand ready. Understood. Face me and be cut down. Dead and buried.
Let's get Joseph on here. Actually, like, get you over here, maybe. Get a couple folks.
Time to go.
Let's see, you guys would be good here. You guys are actually being taken care of pretty easily. But... let me see something a moment.
Let me hit something. Heading out.
Nowhere is too far.
I'll show you what I can do.
We march.
I won't disappoint.
Finally! Didn't even break a sweat. On it. Smart.
I suggest we think ahead. By your word.
What is it? I will.
Anything
Time
else?
to go.
Hello, how's it going? Yo, there's simply no end to them. Yet we may still claim victory if we can but defeat their commander. The command is yours, Elaine.
Allow me. Proceeding apace.
Let me hit something. Heading out.
At your service. At once.
Try and keep up. That the best you've got?
Let me try to deploy some more people on this side. Get Celeste over here.
I'll take wind. What would you have me do? To the skies!
what you got. They never stood a chance. Finally!
You'll never win. My griffin will get a treat for this.
Mourn your sin.
This should be quick.
Alright.
In perfect sync. I stand ready. Understood.
Let's try to
Ready.
fire at you guys. And then you guys can fire upon... Oh, wait a second. Over here. That should be a pretty easy feat.
Done. I won't lose.
Oh, this heals. Alright.
I did it.
Your villainy ends here. Victory grows ever closer.
This should be quick.
Try and keep up. Didn't even break a sweat.
Come then. A fine bout.
How's your day going so far? It's going pretty good. Mostly just kind of, what's it called? Just mostly enjoying the early afternoon. Nothing too much happened at the moment, but
The path is set good.
everything's still pretty good on my end. I was able to get some decent sleep. Oh,
You face me. A fine bout.
oh, jeez. There's a lot.
Villainy ends here. Well fought.
Nowhere is too far.
All right, we got something.
All for the sake of my heel.
I've yet a long way to climb.
I have to admit, this is going better than expected, but they're not showing any signs of backing down. Perhaps not, yet our morale is high and we still have a mighty army at our disposal. With but a few more steps, the day shall be ours. Alright, let's try to see if I can get Joseph's unit running off.
Service of the royal. What would you ask? Very well. The time is at hand. To me.
Let's make Clive stationed over here.
At your service, sir.
Die. Is that it? I'm not worried.
No mercy. Victory is ours.
What? Oh man.
My
It's like as long as we take this one particular base, it should work. Oh,
easy
I
enough.
guess how the Valor system works. I guess as you defeat enemies, you kind of refill it. And like, as you start to get more of them, you use Valor points to help deploy people. But you also use Valor points to help kind of like, give yourself some extra like skills and boosts. Like if you need to heal somebody, you can heal someone with Valor points. You can slow people down. You can increase damage, increase EXP. There's a lot of things I could be doing. But what's it called? Let me see if there's anybody I could like inflict gravity upon. Just to give myself a little something. You guys maybe. Be able to slow down you guys. So that you won't be able to advance on our fortress. Likewise, let's see what other Valor skills there are that I can use. There's resurrections, there's different attacks. These are healing, these are other attacks. Quick call. Let's see if I can use this. That might help me with these guys.
I'll prove my worth.
I won't
Fire
disappoint.
upon. Let's say you guys. And then you can
I'll show
fire
you what a
upon
witch
these
can do.
dudes. Everything should be fine from this point going.
You face me.
I've been pressing start to like usually like do like fast battle, but if you actually click the battle, usually there's ways to organize your units so that you'd be able to know exactly who to be put in the front and center. Like this is my main party at the moment, but you can use items, different healing tonics, or different boosts. And then there's playing out the battle. So this is how a battle would usually play out if you don't like press start to auto fight.
Lightning.
Cheer up. This'll be cold.
All right.
Victory grows ever closer.
I didn't know there was a fast battle. Oh, I've been just pressing. It's usually like when you enter like an actual fight. You can click the, I guess the start battle, or I guess on the Switch it's the plus button. So if you click the plus button, it's like all of the damage is done. Wait. I do need to hold you back because I want to have some of the other people fight you guys.
I'm not worried. Is that it?
But the game is pretty straightforward. It's one of those things where it's hard to really like, I guess, kind of get too like, I guess, spoiler heavy on, just because it's one of those things where a lot of the plot's pretty basic, where you're, I guess, Prince Elaine here, and you have to, I guess, recapture your, what's it called? I guess recapture your throne by, like, overthrowing, like, an evil emperor, but in the process, you're mostly just recruiting new people and, like, getting on their side and getting them to help you fight, I guess, the emperor's, like, kind of army.
A little closer to my former strength to protect those who can't protect themselves.
Die. I'll cut them all down. What is it?
Let's see what garrisoning does.
I've arrived.
That's something that helps boost valor or not.
You choose poorly, villain.
Finally!
Mourn your sins. For the kingdom of Drakenhold, we shall never fail.
I guess the fun part is that sometimes when you don't click through auto battle, you can get like this unique dialogue sometimes between you and like the boss character.
Like a biting wind. Pressure them. As I strategized. Sound tactics never fail.
No, Sir Anton. All men fall back to Castle Sildraga now. They're withdrawing. Revel in this victory, friends. For today, we take our first leap towards restoring Drakenhold to its rightful rulers. Yeah, because sometimes it's like one of those things where I'm like, okay, part of the strategy is just being able to like fight off the units, but another part of the strategy is seeing who to get to like in front of the boss character. I'm like, you want you like that part of like the part of your mind that really wants that extra dialogue is like, okay, let me see if I can like get you two to fight and see what kind of back and forth banter you can give us.
Truly a stunning victory, my fellow prince. And it could never have been possible without your timely aid. Tales of your liberation army shall echo through a freed Fevrith for generations to come. I'm certain of.
A word, Gilbert. Thank you for everything. I plan to leave Dragonhold and accompany Elaine on his quest to crush Zenoira. I won't be needing your protection anymore.
I have no objection. Though I imagine he may. You seem all too likely to give our fine prince here an unceasing migraine.
Nonsense. I soothe his worries, not inflict them. Ah, I see how it is.
So you want to monopolize his time.
You're just nervous you'll get lonely in my absence. Go on, you can admit it.
You never cease to amaze me. As for you, Leia, I'd like you to lend your sword to their cause as well.
Are you certain, Your Highness?
I thought you were always on the team, Leia.
How else would I be sure Virginia is behaving? Go. Look after her for me.
I'll allow it.
And you, Gilbert? What will you do now?
Dang, is the whole game voice acted? I thought it was only the intro of the game. The cutscenes have voice acting, but usually if it's like overworld dialogue, like it's all stuff that you have to fill in the blanks for. But with a lot of Vanillaware games, like they like to show off a lot of the art. So there's definitely like a lot of instances where during the cutscenes they'll pull you aside and give everyone a specific voice.
I shall move to bolster our ranks and sharpen our blades for the impending siege of Castle Soldraga. We dealt Zenoira a heavy blow this day.
Yeah, a lot of the characters in this game are pretty chatty.
Larger path toward Dragonhold's revival. The greatest battle lies still ahead, and we have much to prepare before it arrives.
Then we'll meet again ere our siege of Soldraga.
Indeed. In the meantime, I shall await you at Fort Shusa, to the southwest.
Sweet,
of the
that's very
castle.
much appreciated from me. Yeah, it's pretty nice that they actually... It feels like the world is kind of a living, breathing space as you start to kind of like are able to see that everyone has a very unique voice. And even as large as this entire game is and as many like characters as they throw at you, like each one of them is given like some sort of like story arc, or at least like some of them are given enough plot relevance that they're able to like have instances where you can pull them aside and hear their actual voice. Actually, the rapport supports, I don't think those are dubbed. I think that you have to fill in the blanks for.
Sorry to butt in, little prince. I think you're forgetting something.
Open that Colosseum!
Ah, yes, the reopening of the Colosseum.
Forgive me the query, Lady Amalia, but you carry the strength of an entire company of knights solely on your shoulders. Do you not intend to put that to use for the sake of this
It's
mission?
like, a word, please join our party. You are very big and pretty.
Perhaps a better question is, why do you so strongly wish to see the Colosseum renewed? Well, it's kinda embarrassing to actually say it.
It's like, I'm bored.
But thinking about the fighters it'll bring, about the battles and the bloodshed and the brutality, it sets my mind racing.
You seek a test of strength, then?
It's like, you want to test your strength? How about testing your strength for the liberation? It's like, can you take out an entire army?
doing it or not.
I've no intention of going back on my word.
It's like fine.
Colosseum's
It's
rules
like, look at this mountain of a woman. I was the moment they introduced her, like it was something where like I think like two people were sitting in like some like merchant's bazaar, and then you just see the torso of this woman. I'm like, damn, there's a mountain. It's like don't be alarmed, but if you look behind you, you will see beauty. You will see one of the wonders of this world.
And hey, if you want me that bad, you know where to find me. Beat me in a fight, and I'm all yours.
It's like, alright. You have tested me. You have tested my mettle. Consider that a challenge. Accept it.
We're ready to depart whenever you give the word, Your Highness.
Yeah, tough luck, Joseph. I gotta go to this Coliseum.
Good. But I've been wondering, have either of you seen Berengaria?
I'll find her. Who knows what trouble she's getting up to.
Our hopes of slaying the prince have been well and truly foiled. And the blame lies squarely on your neck, Berengaria.
Oh man, spying.
This neck is yours to throttle no longer. And Zenoira's woes are sweet music to my ear. But not as sweet as your dying breath will be.
Ren!
Travis, what are you doing here?
What impeccable timing.
The timing where I can leave. You're distracted. Time to go.
Enough of this little performance, General. Cut the boy down and return to my side.
Is he telling the truth? Have you been working with them?
I'd never. Not anymore.
Up. Sweet distraction. Time to go.
You've left yourself wide open, fool.
Well,
No!
Such a simple woman you are. That you'd shield your dear brother was an all too predictable outcome. You're nothing. No threat to anyone now. If you won't obey my choice, force will have to suffice.
oh. Oh, there's people that get kidnapped. I know that Scarlet was kidnapped and like, what's it called? That was like the beginning though. That was just like recruiting another soldier. This is entirely losing another soldier. Wait a second. As mentioned before, I make for Fort Shuse on the outskirts of Castle Soldraga. We shall await your army there. Elaine! What is it, Travis? My sister's gone. Kidnapped by that bastard, Belotro. What? If I hadn't let my guard down. Please, you mustn't blame yourself. In any case, Zenoira sure has need for Berengaria alive. Belotro saw fit to abduct her. We'll have to put our faith in that for the time being. You're right. Thanks, Elaine. Man, that's one person missing. Let's see, there's four. There you are. You're gone from Fran's unit. That's... no. Okay. Let's see if I can slot in Gloucester now. Let's see. For now, let's just say... what's it called? Let's put Mandarin here. Okay. Gonna save here. Okay, Colosseum. Let's do this. Oh. Challenge and defeat powerful combatants here in order to earn CC. Colosseum coins can be exchanged for various items, prizes from the Colosseum menu, so be sure to save up. In offline battles, you can challenge powerful opponents in hopes of reaching Amalia, the champion. Okay.
Got nothing but the best here, champ. So,
These are just
how can I help?
items.
You ever need
Oh. Oh, that's going to take almost the entire game. I'm only level 20. That's like up to you. I have to wait till I'm level 40 in order to... I'm going to have to wait. I didn't realize that would be an all game long thing. They're like, look, you're gonna have to fight for a giant woman. We're not going to just, what's it called? It's like, that's a little too good to give you in the middle of the game. Not another step, this area's off limits, Zenorian orders. Care to explain what's going on here? Allow me. The last few years have seen this region struck by a cruel plague, one which has claimed the lives of far too many citizens. A plague, you say? And there's more. All who fall victim are quarantined in a Zenorian camp, never to return to the town they call home. That explains the strict regulations. As for why Zenori is so keen on keeping hold of the place, it's not out of goodness of their hearts, I can promise you that. There's a mine nearby full of valuable resources. You ask me, that's very much more likely the reason. I dare say you're right, yes. But no matter the reason, we cannot ignore a plight of these innocent people. Let us dispatch our scouts to survey the area, and once we're prepared, we deploy for battle. Forgive me for intruding, my prince, but would you mind if I came along when you did? My sister's stationed here in this town, and I'd much like to speak with her about it. But of course, Prim, I'll be sure to bear that in mind. Let's see, what else is here? Oh. It's like voice acting. Got it, yeah! It's like, you're giving me an opportunity to talk, I'm gonna talk. Giving me an opportunity to have the floor. Don't mind if I do. Let's see. I know a lot of this is pretty easy to wipe through because I'm a bit over-leveled. That's that space. There's liberation. Let's click around a bit. I also need to hydrate. I might look tough on the outside, but I'm as cowardly as a mouse at heart. I even quit my life as a mercenary to try to make a living here at the Colosseum. Now I'm too scared for that. Do you think you could do it for me? Tell me what it's like and all? Oh. I guess I'm going to fight a little bit. So what does that look like? Give me a fair fight, yeah? It's like this one might fare pretty easily. All right.
Sure you can afford to be wasting time here?
It's like I can't afford to waste time here for you.
It's no waste. You said you would join our contingent once I defeated
It's like I'm desperate here. This is an act of desperation and thirst.
Confident little guy. I like that. Fight your way up the ranks then. I want to see just how far that confidence takes you.
Let's see, a lot of that would be... If I press start, the Death by Snooze doing the Amazonian, like, kind of, like, squat. By the way, yeah, they did Dragon's Crown, which also had, like, a really amazing Amazon, like, character. I love Vanillaware stuff. Like, it was one of those things where I think my first game of theirs was Dragon's Crown. What was it called? That was a lot of fun. It's like a really neat beat 'em up. It's kind of a fun little beat 'em up. Like, the graphics have this same, like, hand-drawn, like, storybook kind of look, where, like, all of the food looks gorgeous and everything else does too. But what's it called? My favorite game of theirs is 13 Sentinels, which a lot of their stuff usually takes place within fantasy realms, but this one's a little bit more of, like, this, like, kind of sci-fi epic, where it's kind of like a visual novel slash, like, point and click slash, like, strategy game. It's so good. And what's it called? I think after I played 13 Sentinels, I popped in Odin Sphere. Oh no, Odin Sphere is theirs too. I don't think they did Valkyrie Profile, but they did do Odin Sphere. Because after I played 13 Sentinels, I was like, Odin Sphere is kind of like their big breakout, like, game. So I was like, I want to try that and see what that's like. And I got through, like, most of that, and that's a very wonderful, like, game. I had a really good time with that one. But yeah, a lot of this, I'd probably say, like, at least, like... Sorry, I'm, like, having, like, a brain fart because of the fight. But, yeah, they did Odin Sphere, they did Muramasa, which was it was a Wii game. I'm desperate to play it at some point, but I think it's, like, locked behind, like, what's it called? A lot of, like, either Wii or Wii U. They did Grim Grimoire. I know there was a re-release of that, but I haven't played that one. Odin Sphere. Muramasa was for the Wii. Then there's Dragon's Crown, 13 Sentinels, Unicorn Overlord. But yeah, it's why a lot of the art is very storybook heavy. Let me see if I could, like, press start to kind of skip through it. Up. Is this a win or a loss? Oh, that's a win. I purposefully slipped Dragon's Crown because I didn't know Japanese and they never localized Princess Crown for the Sega Saturn, but the fan translation just came out 6 months ago and I started playing that. I feel like they did localize Dragon's Crown into English. But I know a lot of it's like, I think it's mostly on console. Let me actually check Steam for a moment. I'm curious. Like, do they not have Dragon? Oh, it's console only. What Vanillaware games do they have? Oh, I didn't realize that a lot of Vanillaware games are kind of locked into console. Oh, Princess Crown's a prequel? I should probably look into that. Where's... That seems like it'd be a lot of fun to dip into. Oh, Muramasa is a good game. Oh yeah, I know that. What's it called? I have a Wii, but I haven't busted it out in forever. I need to gather a lot more older games for it, so I can see if I can hook it up to the, what's it called? The screen capture. I know some of this I just have to clear through for clear and through's sake. I'm probably gonna start not auto battling around level 20. So I'm like, okay. A lot of these I'm gonna wipe through, but I don't think I'm gonna wipe through the next one. Alright, you guys. Let's try this. Run along now. You're not ready for what's about to happen. I have to keep an eye on the health bars.
Easy there.
Wash away your fears.
This'll be cold.
I strike!
Now! That must have hurt.
Oh,
Healing you. You freeze.
oh nice. Congrats on the catch for Chansey. So this is pretty close. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit injured. I haven't heard of 13 Sentinels. I need to look it up. Oh, no problem. What's it called? That, I believe it's... I think it got released for the Switch, and also it's on the PS4. But, that one is a pretty awesome game. It's...
This'll be cold.
Fairies of this land.
Oh man, the dogs are going wild outside. Man, I saw something posted when I went downstairs. Like, where somebody like posted on like some bulletin board about like a dog, like a problem dog. And they were like, if anyone has seen this dog, like, call the animal control. I'm like, I don't know what this dog is.
There's no escape.
But it's just funny that you guys put up like a wanted poster for like a little baby dog being like, this is a menace, it's a monster, it's a killer. And it just looks like a little frilly, like kind of just like maybe like a labradoodle. Oh, we have those where I live. People hate them, especially when they travel in packs because they kill people's chickens and stuff. Oh man, I feel like, what's it called? It would probably definitely be a lot more difficult. Like, if you definitely have like a lot of livestock, like having to deal with like things like wild packs and such. I know up north a lot of people have problems with like, what's it called? Like bobcats. Or like kind of, what's it called? You're like kind of coyote wolves. But I know down where I'm at, a lot of it's just like, the dogs like to kill the birds around here, so they're just seen as like an intrusion. Let's see what the end of this looks like. Coyotes. We had this when I lived in San Francisco. They walk around like they own the place. It was crazy. It's like animals are so imposing. They're like, I'm going to just, what's it called? I'm going to just barge in wherever and like nab whatever I can. I'm trying to think of what other things we have. We actually have otters down here, which is, it's probably like the most, aside from like dogs that like attack like the, what's it called? Like dogs that attack the birds. We have like otters that like attack our like wildlife. So every time I'm like, oh cute, it's like a little otter. It's like, no, these are like river otters that like go through the pipes and start like gnawing at whatever's around, whether it's like fish or birds. Otters, I've never seen one outside the zoo. It used to be an instance where I would only ever see them out. I would only ever see them in the zoo. But ever since I moved a little bit up north, I started seeing a lot more river otters, and I'm like, man, like every time I see one, it's like a little bit like a unicorn. Like in my family's house, like, what's it called? I would just see like random hummingbirds every so often. I'll be like, whoa, like that's sick. It's just showing up out of nowhere because there's like, what's it called? A lot of greenery in the back. But around where I'm at, I'm just mostly seeing like, what's it called? These cute little otters just running around like the fields, or like, what's it called? Doing little swims in like the rivers or like man-made lakes. It's usually man-made lakes that they show up at.
A little ice for you.
Rage of the Fae.
They are very adorable. I usually only catch them from afar, but whenever I see one up close, I'm like, yep, that's like, it's like that's a sign that I'm having a good day. A lot of good luck. Okay. So this seems to be enough. It's like, at what point is the game going to just say, no, you have to think about this?
Watch and learn.
I'm never gonna think about otters the same way. Because otters, they're a bit, like, I feel like as far as their, like, diet, like, they love meat. Like birds, rabbits, rodents,
Take haste.
fishes, and crabs, like... It's like they're vicious little creatures, but like a lot of their stuff is very much contained to like whatever they see around themselves.
A little ice for you.
Fine job.
All right. Exactly when is this game going to tell me that I can't win enough? Like level 25, that should be like, I'm only like level 20. Is this a win? Yeah, it's a win. Jeez. It's like, I need to be shown the door at some point. Then I'll be able to have a normal life outside of the Colosseum. You pose little threat. Okay, I lost here. They were actually real for that. Okay. So I'll probably have to return here by the time I get a little further into the game. But apparently it's not too difficult. I just have to like think about like my classes or like my formation. Wait a second. There was a shop. What's my price? What did I have 360 CC. I've been seeing so much Coliseum play recently, especially with the Oblivion remastered. Oh yeah, that's something that just came out. I was surprised. I was like, that kind of just came out of nowhere. Like, I don't think they really announced it as much that they, like, what's it called? Did like a big like rehaul of the game, or give it a lot of a polish. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty awesome. I wonder exactly how much of it's kept in. I guess because it's a shadow drop thing, I'm like, exactly how much of the game was changed versus how much was what's it called? Was like rehauled, because it's like, is it just the graphics, or did they also like redo a lot of the voice work and such? Because I remember a lot of the development, or a lot of what makes Oblivion really magical, is how like jank a lot of it is. Looks pretty close to the original from what I've seen. It looks great. Because it definitely has that sort of like HD shine to it, or that 4K kind of shine to it. But I was like, it didn't get too far into the original Oblivion. Oh, the voice work's still the original. I was like, I feel like it would be a really sad experience if they didn't just like, if they did like try to redub over it with like higher like tier actors or something. You fought in the Colosseum then. Tell me everything, spare no detail, no matter how bloody. Sounds like what I expected. Suppose I should work my courage up and get in there. This sword won't taste victory by itself after all. See, maybe I'll do one more big fight. Actually, be right back a second. I shouldn't be too long. I'll answer that right away. Alright, I'm back. Some of the actors are expensive to reach. Yeah, I feel like it would be something a little more startling if, like, what's it called? Why? It'd be pretty startling or noticeable if they switched out, like, Sir Patrick Stewart's, like, dialogue, because he was, like, the big, like, he was probably, like, the big name that they were able to grab when they first dubbed it. I think I prefer the original if they couldn't get it back. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where sometimes, like, it is the small things that would make me discouraged from, like, re-getting, like, a game. Like, I think that one of the things that is probably gonna discourage me from buying the new Tony Hawk game is just knowing that, what's it called, they're kind of on the fence as to whether the Pro Skater 4 section is gonna actually have the same career mode or if it's gonna be completely different. I'm like, if this is something where, like, you're giving us a version of the old game that has less than the old game, and it's like, shouldn't it be more? Like, there's gonna be a re-release, or there's gonna be like a remake of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 that's coming out in the middle of the year. Because the one for 1 and 2, it came out like probably around like 2020, I think. And people have been like clamoring for it, but I think as soon as they released it, there was a lot of just kind of they were kind of on the fence as to whether they were going to make Pro Skater 4 have the same career mode, because it's more of a... Because Pro Skater 4's big thing was being free, like, open worlds. Because 1 through 3 you had your different, like, missions, and then with 4 onwards, you had an open map where you could just choose the missions as you walk around, or skate around. But I feel like they've been very, like, cagey as to exactly how much they were able to keep from the games. Because if they did, like... It's like... Yeah, the new business practice. Give less, charge more. Especially if you're giving us something that was from the past. You're like, this is a very old game from the past. And, like, it can't take that... Like, if it's going to take a lot more time to be able to get everything that's going to at least make the gameplay similar, like, I would rather have waited than have it, like, rushed to me, like, in a very, like, limiting format. Like, what's it called? Like, it's the same thing with Persona 3 Reload, where I would have waited a lot more. Like, I would have happily waited a lot more, like, for you guys to be able to, like, develop the answer, rather than waiting probably halfway through the cycle to pay extra for the answer. And then have the main excuse be, well, if you wanted the main campaign and the answer, you'd have to wait longer. Then, of course, I can be patient. It's a re-release. Like, the gameplay is going to be very different, but the story is everything I'm going to expect it to be. So, it's not like I'm like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because I know what happens. It's all about just the gameplay being fun. I'm all for waiting like 20 years for something like Half-Life 3 and have it be a masterpiece. And yeah, rushing it out like Duke Nukem. Because the Duke Nukem cycle was infuriating. That was that thing where they kept on, like, having to build it and then scrap it, and then build it and then scrap it. And at some point, it just got left behind, and then they were like, okay, let's develop this thing that's been long left behind. And it just... yeah, the result was just something that was outdated in just about every way. Especially the gameplay. Yeah, It's definitely one of those things that it's kind of like in, I guess, the Atari ET, where every time you're just like, I'm going to watch a version of this. That's like, I'm gonna watch like a documentary on this and learn just a smidge of something new. But every new detail I learn about this is gonna be the most fun I have watching like a documentary on this. Like sometimes I'll just be like, okay, I know this happened in the past, but like I want to learn way more about it than the already extensive amount I already do know about it. Like things like Action Park or like Woodstock 99, or just things where it's like, here's like this big thing that just completely went bad. Like here's 50 different perspectives on what made this go bad. Like that's always fascinating to me. Like watching like 30 for 30s on like ESPN, where it's like, okay, here's like this team that tried it. Here's like this big massive thing that happened in sports, and like, what's it called? Like how could, let's see how many perspectives this has had. Like I watched one on the Buffalo like team, I think during the Super Bowl when they missed the kick. That was an intense one. Oh wait, my what's it called? My reactives. Sorry, my bananas. All right, I need to get what's it called? It's up. Sorry. How do I know about all this? A wide range of stuff. I guess I've always been very curious. I'm somebody who, a lot of my expertise was on, especially during college, was like media analysis, and I have like I guess I majored communications, so a lot of my studies have been on like mass media and being able to like convey messages through like multimedia, like whether it be like film, TV, movie, music, like things that we regularly consume, like what's it called, social media, news, stuff like that. And usually with a lot of this, there's always this big curiosity on like just like little cornerstone moments in like this kind of, in these particular like sort of, I guess different phenomena that just make it really interesting to look into it. Or like there'll be like something where it's just like that little corner of my mind that's like, I want to learn more about this because I'm familiar with these musicians and I want to know exactly what happened in this specific event where they all went wild, or like this water park is just built on destruction. Like what was that like for the amount of time it was up for? Sorry, I had to, I'm going to throw those bananas right back in. Ah, sorry. My banana thrower was not up, but now it is up. Hello, Sailor Angel, how's it going? So you're the rebels everyone's been talking about. Fine, let's see what you're made of. Oh. Battle of Shisa. Shots. Oh, wait a second. That didn't take you out completely. But yeah, I am definitely a huge, like, avid Oh wow, that dude yeeted himself. I'm a big fan of movies, so especially something like documentaries or like, what's it called? Like, I guess different blends of fiction, nonfiction. I have a letterbox, and I like to just regularly update it and be able to catalog like all of the films I've seen. Sometimes I just have like a bucket list like compiled of just movies I want to catch up on. And like sometimes I'll just whittle through it. I actually, what's it called? I saw that there was a Criterion sale. So I wanted to buy a couple of the things that I wanted to buy something that I'd always watched and then something I've been meaning to watch. So I ended up buying like a lot of like Stan Brakhage shorts that I remember watching in like college. And that was like something where it's like a lot of them are very like artsy and very like flashy, but a lot of them are very visceral and deep, and it's like, this is really cool stuff. I also bought, I think, like a trilogy of Greg Araki films because I never got to see Doom Generation, and now that's my opportunity to watch it. It's so cool. It's great to be curious. I am too. It's always nice to meet another person like that. I'm usually on the island alone when it comes to stuff like that. It is kind of hard to meet a lot of people that, like, I guess are curious enough to try to learn about something new and be like, okay, now I'm obsessed with this. Now I need to see exactly, like, how to be able to experience as much of this in a given time. How do I absorb all of this knowledge into my mind? I always try to pride myself on learning something new every day, and part of the fun way of doing that is just by, like, looking into the things that you enjoy and being like, okay, what went into making this? Like, a lot of the fun about, like, listening to music or watching movies is just seeing the process of how it's made. Or, like, when you notice, like, when the bass, like, how the bass moves, or what the sound of a bass sounds like in a song, and you're like, oh wait, there's a groove behind this. Or when you see different, like, transitions between shots, or, like, different ways that the score was built to be able to go there. Criterion, oh man, I'd go crazy over a good sale from them. Yeah, definitely. There was a point in time where I was just trying to compile a list in my drafts of, like, what are some things that, like, when I get the money, I will throw down on? I've had Hausu on, like, my Christmas list for a while, but, like, I know that deep down, I also threw in, like, a couple things. There's a Chantal Ackerman thing for, like, way too much money, but I was like, I remember Chantal Ackerman. I've been ordered to cut down any rebel to come across. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's see, where is everything? I'm trying to think of what else. I know over the holidays I asked for Martin Scorsese's After Hours, because I watched it during, like, one of my bucket list, like, kind of scratch offs, and I was like, this is actually a very fun film. It's probably, like, the scariest a comedy has ever been, because it just dips into, like, the idea of, like, being stranded out in the middle of the night, and you think that you're gonna have a good time after work, but, like, then it's just, like, chaos. I've never seen a Ken Burns, like, documentary, but I know that I've been clamoring to make Baseball my very first one. I haven't seen any Ackerman films. I know that there was, like, an instance where, like, there was kind of a lot that, like, my, like, film teachers had tried to, like, instill on me, because it was one of those things where film was a major expertise of mine, at least in the sense that I dedicated a lot of my, like, master's thesis to, like, I guess studying cinematography in the sense of, like, kind of film based on, I think a lot of it was, like, focused on, like, I guess how film responds to, like, I guess kind of the development of, like, new technology. Which one is the one I saw? Because it was definitely one of the short films. It might have been The Room 1 and The Room 2. Scorsese. Love Goodfellas and Taxi Driver. Those are really awesome, yeah. I remember when I first saw those and I was just like, wow, this is movie. It's like, these are movies. It's like, this is what movies are about. Because what's it called? I was very curious when I was younger, and I was just like, I'm going to try to absorb a lot of the films that people like are like, these are like your big starter ones for like your really heavy stuff. Like watching Pulp Fiction on TV for the first time, being like, yo, this is what you can do with film. But Goodfellas is definitely a huge one. Taxi Driver is really huge. I didn't mean to go through a lot more of his discography or filmography.
The path is set.
What's it called? Because I remember The Departed was like probably like one of my favorites for a while, up until I discovered like Taxi Driver and After Hours. And I know for the I know recently I saw Casino on one of those like streaming sites, and I was like, I should probably watch that at some point.
You've made the right call.
I'm a huge fan of cinema. They don't make them like they used to. I feel that sometimes like I get surprised by films, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, like sometimes I get surprised by films because I'm like, oh yeah, like I actually felt something from this. Nice.
What is it?
To me.
Like I think the last couple films I was like really impressed with was Nope, the Jordan Peele Nope, and there was Parasite. Parasite was really good.
We march.
I won't disappoint.
Let me, what's it
What
called?
is it?
Yeah, The Departed is wonderful. I was addicted to that when I first saw it, like as like a teenager. I was like, this is what movies are about. Just seeing just seeing all these people just like, what's it called? Just like rattling off at each other.
I'll handle this.
Jordan Peele makes great films. I've kept up with just about all of them. I'm like, damn, like
Your villainy ends here.
I actually watched Us first in theaters, and then like on my own time watched Get Out, and that was incredible.
Come then.
And then there was Nope. It's hard to gauge. I mean, I really liked Us, but I feel like it's hard to gauge whether like Nope or Get Out was like the best.
Your villainy ends here. You come then.
Like part of me wants to say Nope because it has like just really good monster movie vibes to it.
Your villainy
Like it feels like the closest we've gotten to like, here's like those like really old thrillers or thriller horrors about like, here's a monster that's just brutally like ravaging this space, and now like we have to figure out some kind of crazy plan to try to be able to like, what's it called, like fend them off. I feel like there were a few other films I'd seen recently that were pretty good, but I've been watching a lot of really older ones lately. So you're the Liberation Army. We owe you our lives after what you've done for us. And while the future is still uncertain, I'm thankful we can at least catch our breath. Parasite from Netflix. I've seen it. I'm not sure if it's based on the Parasite the Maximum. Oh, not that particular Parasite, but I know the anime is really good. The Parasite anime is pretty good. It's what's it called? Let me look up the director's name to make sure I don't butcher it. It's a Korean film by Bong Joon-ho. He made a, what's it called? A couple couple really good monster films. Like, what's it called? The Host is a really good one. I remember, where's some of the other ones? Let's see. Sorry, I'm like, I'm looking them up. I'm like, there's Oakja. Oh, the Snowpiercer. The Snowpiercer was a fun one. As far as his films go, the last one I saw was Mickey 17, where I know a lot of people like to clown on it for like not making a lot of dough, but I really liked it. It was like a little bit of like a weird, ambitious film where you're trying to like encapsulate a lot of sci-fi stuff at once. And I feel like for just that alone and being able to pull off like that much like lore within just like maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours, I'm like, damn, that's pretty solid. Not a terrible job. They do that. I have shows and movies that have the same names, plots as other ones, like Sweet Home. Yeah, I thought that was based on the 80s one. I thought the Sweet Home on Netflix was just like the one. Cause I was like, oh, is that a remake? And I'm like, wait a second, this is a little bit different. Yeah, Nope did catch me off guard because I had no idea what the poster was. I'm like, is this clowns or is this aliens? Or is it a combination of the two? And then you see it, I'm like, wait a second. It's such a good movie to go into in the dark because you're like, wait, all I know from this is the poster and that it's scary. So it's time for me to see exactly what's going on. Head for the castle, are you? Sorry, but I think not. I gotta go through here if I'm gonna get to this side quest. Yeah, because I feel like sometimes when I just like, when I go in and I know too much about it, I'm like, sometimes I spoil things I know I won't be enjoying too much, but like, or it's not too much of a, like a big tragedy if I know too much. But if it's something I'm deeply interested in, I'm like, I need to go into this without knowing a single thing. So I'm just like, oh, that's where that went. Hear me, men, we defend Sol Draga at all costs. Let's get Celeste over here.
I'll take wing. What would you have me do? Understood.
Let's get Elaine over here.
Day will be out.
And then Virginia.
You've made the right call. This should be quick. I did it.
Alright, just get a little bit more so I can...
To the skies. We're not safe here.
To me.
Watch what royalty can do.
You face.
You don't stand a chance.
Alright.
Diligence pays dividends.
But yeah, I'm always down for a good time. How do you deal with these blockades? Actually, I have to wait until I get enough Valor. The reason I put Virginia here was so I could use the Valor skills to get a heavy swing in here. So I can take out just enough of the barricades that won't be like a major issue to pass through. Then that helps you clear it through.
The path is set. You face me.
Actually, Virginia, how about you capture this? There's a little thing garrison there. There we go.
What is it?
We're under attack.
We've made it.
The time is at hand. Come then. Well fought.
I won't disappoint. I hope I can help. Understood. Kneel before me. Is anyone
Get
surprised?
just enough. Alright, Elaine, you're going to go over here. Oh. Elaine, you take them out. Oh.
You face me.
Wait, who got hurt real bad?
A fine bout.
I think. Oh no. What is it called when my soldiers went?
What is it?
Got a little too injured.
I'm off. What would you have me do? I'm on my way.
The time is at hand.
Just swarm enough. Oh jeez. Oh.
Defeat will soon be.
You dare challenge me?
Oh hey, that works. Okay, now I have to actually use some items. Or if I have any healing.
I could use some assistance.
This can go to medium. Oh wait. 40? Yeah, everyone's pretty close to not being good. Let's give y'all an emergency boost.
How shall I
You
proceed?
need
It is
to
merely
a bit of pain. Everyone's gone. I wonder if there's better revival. Or if there's like a revives incapacitated units within range, a camp set. I guess this might work. It's probably really hecking expensive. I just said hecking.
To me. Your villainy.
You don't stand a chance. A paltry effort.
We march. The path is set. You face me.
You'll never-
Your villainy ends here. I must never yield.
Well,
Kneel before me.
just a heckin' good time. Oh. So yeah, some of these are very aggressive.
Like new.
Yeah, what's it called? It's like a big sword. What's it called? Virginia's got like a huge buster sword.
As if I could lose.
And this big hammer too. Let me see if I could get somebody
I
different.
won't lose.
Celeste?
You
Oh,
dare
Your
challenge.
villainy
Prudence.
ends here.
On Prudence. I want to get Celeste's unit to be able to have a little fun as well.
You're blind.
True. Up.
Take better care of yourself.
Good, Griffin. My arrows fly even farther now.
For the safety of our people.
My Griffin will get a treat for this.
Alright, a command post. Consider that taken. Oh. Prue, you're walking. Like, it's not enough to be on my lap. I also have to explore everything. The printer, the counters. Like, you're the reason why my roommate's so anxious about putting up, like, what's it called? Our SMT5 figures. We're like, what if she just like starts chewing on them and like knocking into them? And I'm like, oh, this wasn't a concern I had until you mentioned it. It's like, I didn't think that Prue was going to like chew up my figures until now. Yeah, it's my kitty. She's a black cat named Prudence. She's very adorable, but also, what's it called? Pretty bitey. But when she's very affectionate, like now, she's like, I want to be like on your shoulder, on your lap, on your head, on your things. She's a sweetie. Prue, where you want to go now? Prue. No, she's rubbing her head against like the voice filter, or not the voice filter, but the, what's it called? The filter that you put over the mic, so there's no pops. Kleinfeld checkpoint is in Oiras no longer, Your Highness. We should be free to pass through wherever we please. Alright. Whose social link is this? A word, Elaine? Castle Soldragaz, just up ahead. Oh, hey. Who's over here? Gilbert's waiting for us in the east over at Fort Shusen. If you're hoping to rendezvous with him, I suggest we do. You'll have to circle around via the southern route. Remember, it will be tough to coordinate our movements if we try to strike on our own. Alright. That's a main one. Oh, wait a second, but there's a little heart thing over here. Look, I don't want to do a quest. It's starting to get late. I'm probably gonna head out soon, but what's it called? Very sweet of you to have a black cat. I used to have one. Yeah, she was, I used to have a lot of cats in my family's house. Or sometimes they still kind of, I guess, are able to kind of tend to, like, a lot of the house cats outside. But Prudence is, like, my very first pet I had on my own. Or at least, like, raising without my family. But he's been very sweet. Prudence, or Prue for short. Is very... A little baby's just like standing there. Up. Up. Okay. Maybe I'll do one last liberation one and then I'll head out. Up. I've been doing a lot of commissions lately because my 2.0 is starting to come together.
The day will be ours.
Let's get Fran on board.
To the skies.
Who
Nowhere
is...
is too far.
And then get Virginia over here for the hammer. Oh, Prue, why are you standing on the printer?
You've
Oh.
made the right call.
Onward.
At your service. At once.
Oh, oops.
You face.
You don't stand a chance.
Come then.
Kneel before me. I won't disappoint. Watch what royalty can do. Is that all?
Your villainy ends here.
Oh, what are you commissioned for? What's it called? For like art commissions? I've been doing a lot more of them, so that, what's it called?
Face me if you don't stand a
So that I'll be able to have like quite a few to post once my 2.0 is up and running. But
Anyone surprised?
I commissioned quite a few artists.
Nowhere is too far.
Oh, I'm not an artist. I had to commission other artists. Sorry, what's it called? I'm still It's like I'm not as gifted with the hands as far as writing. No, as far as what's it called goes. As far as
We march.
drawing. A lot of my expertise is in writing. Like, I know what's it called.
What is it?
One of the things I've
You dare challenge me? May the Father smile upon
it's like one of my hobbies is writing, so like I used to write for an anime blog, but around like 2017, but I stopped last year because it was starting to suggest you watch your trap. Such a snare will immobilize anyone. Oh, but it won't pose if you're into flying stuff. Like, one of my fun hobbies is writing. I've been wanting to write a lot more fiction, but what's it called? In order to get a little bit of experience, I've had to contend with, what's it called? Like, I got, like, maybe at least, like, 30 pages into, like, my own, like, original story. But as I kind of, like, take little breaks or I get, like, little bits of writer's block, like, I would just start, like, writing, like, different bits of fan fiction.
At your service. At once.
I think the last one I wrote was,
Your villainy ends here.
dedicated to Dungeon Meshi. But I write a lot of slash fiction to kind of get inspiration.
That's what you get. Kneel before
You face me.
kneel before me.
Your villainy ends here.
You don't stand a chance. No mercy.
You face me.
Let's see, who needs the little leveling?
Face me and
Let's
be
say
cut
Fran.
down.
See, Chloe? I can do stuff.
Higher still. It seems you've misjudged me.
Alright. My roommate's also a writer where they like work on a lot of they're also working on original story, but we used to work on a lot of fanfics like in tandem, so it'd be like something where she would have something she'd be working on, I'd have something I'd be working on. Sometimes I'd chip in on some of the stuff she wrote too. Like if she's like, I have an SMT5 like fanfic and I want to write all of the Koshimizu parts, but you, Rachna, since you enjoy like, what's it called? Shipping the two main characters together, you just write the chapters dedicated to the two main characters. So I've written quite a bit of Aogami and protagonists, like fanfics. I also have probably my most successful one is a Laios Kabaru fanfic, all of which is explicit. You actually fought them off? The Liberation Army's just as formidable as I'd heard, perhaps even more so. Yeah, I feel like a lot of my expertise is like, what's it called? Really explicit fanfic. I promise that my main story is just, what's it called? It's like a regular story. And there's not like a lot of hardcore smut, but when it comes to fanfics, it would be incomplete without it. There's a strange marking on this monument here. I bet it has something to do with the treasure hidden away somewhere in this nation. But we'll never find it without the relevant journal to give us a clue. We should come back once we track that down. Now you got me curious. I think with what's it called? With my I think at the moment I have like 2 posted up, which is the Dungeon Meshi one and a random SMT5 one that's safe for work. But I have it written under the name like Wabi Sabi Poppy. Because there was an indie song that like had somebody call themselves that. And I was like, okay, this is gonna work. All dinner's ready. It's oh. Let me check and see if like it's AO3 and Wabi. Oh, it's one full sentence. I was like, it's been so long. That is the... Somebody stole my name. There's another Wabi Sabi Poppy. No, that somebody took my name. Ah. Okay, AO3, dinner's ready. Cabrulayos. Let's see. Okay. Maybe they're fans too. Maybe they liked one of my fan fictions from ages back. Sometimes I get residual, what's it called? Sometimes I get residual, like, kudos. And I'll just be like, I wrote this, like, a year or so ago. But kind of feels like getting a royalty check. And you're like, oh man, there's someone out there that really likes this story. Nice. I think if I look up my emails, I'll find it. Let's see. Archive. You've got kudos. Congratulations. There's two. There's, okay. Mine has underscores. Okay. I'm like, identity theft is not a joke. This is just somebody else's. Because it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Wabi Sabi Puppy. The story. Let's see. If I type in the story is dinner's ready and cracking open a cold one with black frost. It's like it's my Troy McClure like opening. Like, you might remember me from stories such as cracking open a cold one with black frost. An epic saga about, what's it called? About opening up a bar with Shin Megami Tensei's Black Frost. It's so funny looking at the differences between the two stories, because like one is clearly one is like one's just regular mature and the other one's like explicit, and it's like, wait a second. I feel like I added a tag here that didn't need to be added. I don't know if this is an AU for the Yakuza games. I don't think I... The Troy McClure like trailers from The Simpsons. That was always the funniest gag, where you just start naming random movies that you're like, wait a second. It's like, what are any of these movies? Are these even real? It's like, I wonder. Maybe I might have to put like a link in like my Blue Sky. Because it's not something I make like a secret, but it's also not something that I've dipped into for a while. So sometimes I'm like, I've been neglecting my studies. I've been neglecting my my hobbies. Oh, there is a heart over here. That was a funny gag to pull on somebody. That if they ask you, just say, how do you not know about blank? It's like, you're not aware? They were in... Oh no, I have to wait for this area to be stabilized, or at least talk to this dude. Your Highness, a member of the local militia just arrived at the fort, asking to see an audience with the swordswoman Leia. A Drakenhold militia, Do they act under the orders of Prince Gilbert? They're a civilian army, not an official one. And while they have little in the way of numbers, they more than compensate with their bold spirit. Hence, I asked if they'd be willing to join us, at least in freeing their region. Were Leia not an old ally of ours, we likely would have turned her down entirely. In any case, it's good to see the mighty leader of the Liberation has graced us with his presence. This man is the leader of the Fruth Militia, Your Highness, and let's skip the formalities, shall we? Fruth Harbor's in desperate need of aid, and we offer our arms, and more in delivering it. Not only is this our home, you see, but a pivotal trade port. Zenora's reign has tormented these lands for far too long. Indeed. As for details in the operation, we're already aware. Thank you. Simply say the word and we'll deploy it at your side. Till then. Your Highness, Fruth was always meant to be a key position in the Liberation's march, and I have no issue proceeding as planned. However, it would seem this militia has little intention of making this a cooperative battle. I fear the blame for that may rest with me. I went alone during the initial negotiations and promised Drakenhold's army, not the Liberation's. It seems they're not too keen on accepting Cornian help. It makes sense given what our countries have done to each other. Then Drakenhold's resistance isn't like the Liberation either. It's unstructured, disorganized. And while this battle might prove to be the first step in changing that, it won't happen overnight. Yet an unruly ally is still an ally, provided they stand as such. I see no reason to deny them aid. I'll have to do a mission. But I'm probably gonna head out. I'm just gonna grab this particular one, save, and leave. Alright. And I am heading out. Thank you all so much for coming along. It's always awesome to be able to stream on the weekends, as well as have a little extra time while have a little bit during my weekdays. But before I head out, I'm gonna poke my PD mark, poke the mic, and send out all kinds of positive vibes so that we can help survive this upcoming week with all of the weekdays. But I'll be streaming this. I'll try to stream this Thursday, hopefully, with A Date with Death, because I've been meaning to play more of that. But until this Thursday, I'll be seeing you all. Bye.